Yellow, this is Seed of Power, black or red, legendary enchantment, aura. It has Ward 3, it's really good. Enchant target creature. Oh, I see. It itself has Ward 3. And then the enchanted creature gains Ward 3, Upkeep 1, black or red, and Battle Cry 3. Now, Battle Cry is an old mechanic, and for this set, I upgraded the, it was just Battle Cry, but I added numeric values next to it, which means that it does the same thing, multiplied by the numeric value shown. So Battle Cry is +1, +0 to all other creatures when this creature attacks. So Battle Cry 3 would be +3, +0. And that's a good enchantment. And he came forth to the land of Moron and placed himself upon the throne of Coriantumr. Ether 14:6. I predict that this land, maybe this land, is one of the possible locations for when Limhi sends his scouts to the north. Or, sorry, he didn't send his scouts there. They got lost and ended up there. This could be the possible location of that area, and Ether could have placed the gold plates, the 24 gold plate Jaredite record plates, right here. And one of my older videos, I failed to mention this. So I did this, and these ideas, a lot of these ideas I'm telling you now, I didn't have them when I was making these cards. So this overlap theory came to me when I was working in the Book of Mosiah. And I'll start there after this series is over. But in the Book of Mosiah, I just want to point out real quick, the Lamanite daughters that were stolen by the priests of Noah, they, through Abinadi and through Alma and through very, very close scripture study, are related to the Nehors. They're the land of Nehor, and the interesting thing about the daughters that were taken, Moroni, and I'm telling you, Moroni didn't tell us everything on purpose, but he may have left little crumbs, little breadcrumbs, if you will. The amount of gold plates, there's 24 gold plates. The amount of, I'm going to say, Nehor women, or the Lamanite women, who the priests of the king of Noah stole. So harken back to the evil King Noah and his wicked priests. They steal 24 Lamanite women. I'm telling you, the Jaredites and Lamanites are the same people. And Moroni is trying to tell us that. There's 24 gold plates, Jaredite plates. There's 24 Lamanite girls stolen. They're not Lamanites, they're Jaredites. And Moroni, I think, is trying to bridge the gap. And it could have been a mystery on purpose, and the mystery was supposed to be kept from us on purpose, and for whatever reason I haven't the foggiest. My hope, this is my hope, is that it was kept a secret, and it's going to be proven correctly so we can convert people over in China, Russia, and Asia, India, and Japan. That's what my hope is. That they'll be that they'll join the church in numbers, and I would also say in Africa and the African Americans and everybody of haplogroup A, but they've already been joining the church, so hopefully this will just give them a little boon, a little bonus to what's already happening. All right, go to the next one. Betrayed, and I like this card quite a bit, and I'll tell you why. I got a lot of ninjas in this set, and here it's just showing. I had a grandpa growing up, and he would sit at his table, and he'd get passed out drunk, and he'd sit just like this. And I loved that man. He was a great man. In fact, my one of my sons looks like him. He reminds me of him. He'd take me fishing, and I just have that special place in my heart for my grandpa Hargrove. And this guy looks nothing like him, but he's sitting in his chair. It reminds me of that. And he's holding his cup. And this is supposed to portray, and this has nothing to do with my grandpa Hargrove, but this is supposed to be portraying a hit, like a ninja hit. I don't remember what this does. I don't remember what any of these do. I focus on them and I move on, and I can't remember. So it says pick one opponent. As an additional cost to play Betrayed, tap a creature to destroy a different creature that player controls. Okay. Picking up, so you pick a player, you tap one of their creatures, and then you destroy one of their creatures. That's supposed to represent that creature betrayed the other creature. And it came to pass that his high priest murdered him as he sat upon his throne. Ether 14:9. Alright, and I had to look this up before the video because, like I said, I don't remember any of this and I don't speak Japanese. But Duokoku, or I don't know if the letters are pronounced in a different way, but this word means lamentation or sorrow. Here we have a woman from haplogroup D, or Japanese style, and I mentioned early in this series that I had a theory that there was a pole shift, and just a dramatic flair for the ending of the Book of Ether. During their last few battles, according to my story that I'm telling in my set, this is all speculation, not only are they doing this fighting, they're doing it in the snow, and they're gathering up everybody, and they report that they're arming up their women to go and fight, which it has to be the the lowest point in a civilization is when that happens by demand. Now, if it happens because a woman wants to be strong woman, then that's fine. And all more power to her. But if it's being forced upon someone, that's a low. That's probably, everybody likes to say there's no right, no wrong, there's no morality, but I'm going to say if that's true, then certain words shouldn't exist, like correct. That word wouldn't exist. There's no point of having a word called correct if nothing is right and wrong. So there is right and wrong, and this would be the wrongest thing that could happen. Let's read what it does. So it's a blue or black. I think I can remember this one. So it's kind of like a Howl from Beyond. It's a blue, but for blue or black. So target creature gains +1/+0 until end of turn, and that can be buffed. Creatures in your graveyard may be tapped to add a blue or a black. Okay, alright. And the only reason this is common is because I predict that if this ever really did get printed or approved, and things like this is very sad. This is probably what's going to keep it out and say, no, this is not official. So theoretically, just pretend if this was ever an official thing that was sold. Shoot, I can't think where I was going with it. Oh, because it's common, it's so much better than Howl from Beyond, but it's common because of power creep. I predict that if this ever did become popular, it might be in 5 years from now, and by that time this most definitely would be underpowered. And then the scripture, and it came to pass that on the morrow they did go again to battle, and great and terrible was that day. Nevertheless they conquered not, and when the night came again, they did rend the air with their cries, and their howling, and their mourning for the loss of the slain of their people.